Vladimir Putin's $1 trillion empire. Russian President Vladimir Putin is notoriously secretive, including his finances, which remain a mystery. He is rumored to be one of the wealthiest men on the planet. The former military man is so wealthy that his net worth cannot be fully accounted for. Today, we look at Putin's estimated $1 trillion empire. Vladimir Putin very well may be the richest man in the world, but it's impossible to say that for sure. According to the Kremlin, the Russian president earns around $133,000 a year and lives in a small apartment. That description doesn't jive with most accounts of Putin's lifestyle. Former Russian government advisor Stanislav Belkovsky estimates his fortune is worth approximately $70 billion. Hedge fund manager Bill Browder, a noted critic of Putin, claimed it was more like $200 billion. A fortune that enormous would propel him straight past Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and his Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who are currently occupying the top 2 spots in the money league. So why can't we pin down Putin's net worth with any certainty? The 2015 Panama Papers revealed that Putin may be obscuring and bolstering his fortune through proxies. Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin was born on October 7, 1952, in Leningrad, Russian SFSR, Soviet Union, what is now St. Petersburg. His mother Maria was a factory worker, and his father Vladimir Spurdanovich was a conscript in the Soviet Navy. He began practicing the martial arts of judo and sambo at age 12 and is a judo black belt. Having studied German at St. Petersburg High School 281, he speaks German fluently. He studied law at Leningrad State University, graduating in 1975. It was while at university that he met Anatoly Sobchak, co-author of the Russian Constitution, who was an assistant professor who taught business law. He was greatly influential in Putin's career. As president of Russia, Putin's official residence is in the Moscow Kremlin. However, he spends most of his time at a suburban government residence outside of the city called Novo Orgarovo. He reportedly has access to 20 different palaces and villas. Official records published in 2016 by the Kremlin would have us believe that Putin has a very modest real estate portfolio. The report said he owned a small plot of land and an apartment with a garage. But over the years, Putin has been linked to other properties, the most controversial of which is so-called Secret Palace. This was reportedly built for Putin using illegal state funds. This epic mansion allegedly cost $1 billion to build. It has a private theater and landing pad with room for 3 helicopters. The bedrooms are suitably grandiose, and the wall art is just as opulent. Snapshots of the then under-construction mansion leaked in 2001, leaving Russia and the rest of the world shaken to the bones. In the following year, opposition leader and Putin critic Boris Nemtsov produced a dossier claiming that Putin owned multiple private jets, helicopters, and yachts. Nemtsov alleged that out of the 20 state residences Putin had access to, 9 were built during his tenure as president. The president was also accused of owning 58 different types of aircraft, including a Dassault Falcon, which seats 19. One of his planes was said to have an $11 million cabin fitted out by jewelers and a toilet, which cost close to $100,000. The plane has room for up to 186 passengers. Putin is accused of owning 5 of such over-the-top planes. The dossier also claimed Putin has a collection of 4 yachts, each costing thousands of dollars to maintain. Rossiya, one of his yachts, was upgraded in 2005. It reportedly cost $1.2 billion. The Graceful, another one of his yachts, reportedly sleeps 14 people and has 6 bedrooms. Then there's Olympia. He was reportedly given this 57-meter luxury yacht worth $35 million as a gift from Chelsea Football Club owner and oligarch Roman Abramovich. According to a former head of state shipping company in Russia, Putin runs the yacht using state money. Putin also likes to take pride in his appearance. In 2012, Dossier claimed he has 11 watches worth an estimated $687,000. According to the Russian government-owned paper, Russia Beyond the Headlines, Putin owns an A-Lange and Sonnet Turbograph Perpetual pour les Merte, which cost $500,000. $1 million Patek Philippe that went up for auction in July 2017 was also said to be owned by the president. Accompanying documentation claimed that he was the owner. The Kremlin denied these claims firsthand. In the past, Putin has even given away his watches. The president reportedly owned 5 Blancpain watches at one time, but gave away one to a Siberian boy while on vacation and another to a factory worker who asked for a keepsake. The watches were reportedly worth $10,500 each. Then there's his clothing. Newsweek's Ben Judah spent 3 years researching Putin for his book and claimed that Putin prefers bespoke suits and Dior Valentino ties over anything else. Russian government-owned paper, Russia Beyond the Headlines, confirmed Putin's expensive taste for tailored suits. In 2015, it published an article claiming that the president's preferred brand of suits was Kitten and Brioni. Such suits are made from start to finish by one tailor, take dozens of hours to complete, and have a starting price tag of $5,500. The article said, according to reliable sources, Putin also has a stylist who has been dressing him for over 10 years. The stylist rips off all the labels from his clothes, so these do not accidentally catch the eyes of journalists. In 2015, Putin was photographed working out with Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev. It was reported that his Loro Piana silk and cashmere blend sweatpants cost a cool $1,425. The president teamed this with a matching top, making the outfit cost a whopping $3,200 in total. In 2007, ex-Kremlin official Stanislav Belkovsky claimed that Putin had a $40 billion fortune hidden away in Switzerland and Liechtenstein. At the time, that would have made him the 4th wealthiest person in the world, between business magnate Carlos Slim and late IKEA founder Ingvar Kamprad. Belkovsky said Putin secretly controlled 37% of the shares of Sugetnaftogaz and 4.5% of Gazprom, 2 giant Russian oil companies. He also said he controlled at least 75% of Swiss oil trader Gunvor, but added, I suspect there are some businesses I know nothing about. Gunvor has refuted these claims, however. President Putin does not and never has had any ownership, beneficial or otherwise, in Gunvor, a Gunvor spokesperson said in a statement. He is not a beneficiary of Gunvor or its activities. Estimates of Putin's net worth have only risen over time. Bill Browder, the CEO of Hermitage Capital Management, believes that Putin has access to a secret fortune of $200 billion. Browder had invested in Russia in the 1990s, but ultimately came into conflict with Putin. After Browder's lawyer Sergei Magnitsky was jailed and brutally killed while investigating corruption, he advocated for the passage of the Magnitsky Act in 2012, leading to the U.S. sanctions against Russian oligarchs. Putin's inner circle is actually the reason why no one can seem to pin down his exact worth with any certainty. The Guardian reported that in 2010, U.S. diplomatic cables suggested Putin held his wealth via proxies, including his best friend Sergei Roldugan and banker Yuri Kovalchuk. Some of those connections were exposed in the 2015 Panama Papers. The massive leak didn't include any files directly pertaining to Putin, but they did reveal that his friends have earned millions from deals that seemingly could not have been secured without his patronage. Russian journalist Andrei Soldatov and Irina Borogan have said that as a result, the Panama Papers leak was seen as an attack on personal friends of Putin, his immediate circle. But Putin and the Kremlin have denied allegations that he used his role to enrich himself and his friends. When asked how wealthy he is, Putin sarcastically said, "I am the wealthiest man, not just in Europe, but in the whole world. I collect emotions. I am wealthy in that the people of Russia have twice entrusted me with the leadership of a great nation such as Russia. I believe that is my greatest wealth. The repeated rebuttals have done nothing to dispel the scrutiny on Putin's alleged riches. In a country where 20 million people can barely make ends meet, the luxurious life of the president is a brazen and cynical challenge to society from a high-handed potentate, Nemtsov wrote in one 2012 paper. The politician, a longtime and vocal critic of Putin, was assassinated in 2015. The no-nonsense head of state is as wealthy as he is strict. He is loved and loathed in equal measure. But one thing cannot be taken away from him. Putin is one hell of a showstopper. Do you also think he is the richest man alive? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Oh, and turn on post notifications.